Bro, people in LA shooting live rounds. Wait, what? No, cops are deploying tear gas. They're not shooting live rounds. What the fuck? Wait, what?
People safe here in this county, working with law enforcement, whether it's local law enforcement or even federal law enforcement. We're going to work as a team to keep people safe. And again, as you pointed out, the number of bad actors proportionally are very small, but they have huge impact in the city. We're going to go after the bad actors, whether they get arrested in the last 4 days, whether they get arrested in the weeks or months to come. The advantage we have is that this is being filmed at probably a record level. We have more social media video of who is doing these bad acts than probably any other time in Los Angeles County history. So we're coming after the bad actors while still protecting the legitimate protesters.
All right, District Attorney, I very much appreciate your time. I thank you.
That's such bullshit. They are not protecting the legitimate protesters. Cops on the ground make no distinction between protester, press, National Lawyers Guild, legal monitors, people who are distributing aid, field medics. They literally shoot them all. Okay. They do not care. As a matter of fact, I feel like they shoot so frequently at every single person that it almost feels as though, what the fuck is happening here, by the way? This is crazy. It feels as though, oh my God, they're actually going to do a curfew. Oh my Lord.
Biggest decision to make in this breaking news moment, and that is whether she will impose a curfew on this specific area of Los Angeles tonight. It's a crucial decision. She's going to be with us in just a couple of moments.
To understand the world.
If they do a curfew, maybe we'll go out. I feel like given that we are technically press, oh, they're fucking arresting every single person, huh? Is that what's going on? They just like completely boxed them in.
Visible to the officers, which is always what you want to do under any situation.
What are they saying? Okay.
There's this law enforcement presence because you don't want to make the officers uncomfortable. You don't want to have your hands in your pockets because they don't know what you're reaching for. So if you could just keep your hands within their line of sight, that's the best thing you can do. And at this point, it appears that everyone here is doing just that.
So I guess they're doing mass arrests now for protesters. This is the result of kettling. They'll now single each one out and surround them and shove an arrest. No, I know. Yeah, they just point to people in the crowd.
Yeah, they will be collected, and eventually when these people do get released, they can try to get their items back. So I don't see anything in terms of like very small children or pets. Oftentimes that does happen in these situations. So then that would require, bringing
HSI pointing a rifle with lethal rounds.
Watching this since we've been on the air, that when a van moves up or comes into view,
all adults,
that's when the
from what I can see, except for those two teenagers that we saw walk away. But any other little items that they leave behind will be collected by officers. And
wait. That's a fucking real ass weapon, dude. That's not like a fake gun. That's not like a less lethal or less lethal round. That's just pointing a fucking straight up AR into a crowd. What the fuck?
When a van moves up or comes into view, that's when the crowd,
Bro, this is on camera. What is happening?
goes forward and tries to get closer to the federal building, and of course the bands get things.
What is he doing?
Okay, I don't know what this gentleman here is doing, but
well, and that's
what was that?
This is on a rooftop.
That's an actual rifle. No, it's on a elevated platform, and that federal agent is pointing a rifle at somebody. That's
the guy in the yellow, I guess.
Yeah,
these two guys,
and you can see they're.
Bro, the dude in the yellow is taunting a motherfucker with a M4. That is, dude, that is crazy.
They're kind of taunting each other. You saw that federal law enforcement agent, wave his hands like, let's go. And that guy in the yellow doing the same thing. I mean, something escalated quickly to point, lethal munitions at that.
What? Dude, I fucking hate the goddamn media, bro. The escalation is coming from the hopped up psychopath with a fucking M4 that he's pointing at the motherfucking civilian, dude. The motherfucking unarmed civilian. Are you insane? The escalation is not coming from the ground. Media, figure it the fuck out. They're taunting each other. Like the asymmetry that I am experiencing, that I am seeing with my own two eyes is glaringly obvious. It is very strange. It is very strange to me that despite that asymmetry, the media is like, well, they're fucking taunting one another after recognizing that that's an M4, that's lethal rounds.
Person, that was intense there for a second. So I don't know what the conflict was with that person in the yellow, but that federal agent with the rifle there was not having it. There's some fireworks now that we see going off too.
Maybe that's what that was about. But that can get even more dangerous when you're actually. We actually witnessed this. We saw him. You say that's a lethal weapon.
Yeah,
Mike.
Yes,
that's an
absolutely.
actual. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
You can see the provocation happening right here, and then
there's some more tear gas.
Yeah.
And now what we've seen, we haven't seen it here, but what we saw a lot yesterday is the tear gas would get thrown, and the protesters would grab it and throw it back at the law enforcement officers. That happened to CHP a lot yesterday when they were trying to regain control over the freeway. So, but that hasn't happened here. Hopefully they'll de-escalate this a little bit. But this guy on the left here, that agent on the left with the lethal weapon there, was not having whatever was going on.
No, it was pointed right at that guy.
Yeah, and see, look, he's waving him over.
You wonder if those guys have on masks. When I say those guys, the agitators.
See, there he goes again, pointing it at him.
You think the problem here is the quote unquote agitators with masks? That's you take issue with protesters wearing masks and not the mask wearing federal law enforcement agents who are brandishing and training their sights on American citizens. I assume when she says the mask wearing agitator, she means the law enforcement, right? Am I living in like upside down world? What the fuck is happening? Is this bizarro world? Is this the alternative universe that we exist in where it's like up is down, wrong is right? Because without commentary, if you play this out on mute, this back and forth here, you're like, oh my God, a federal law enforcement agency officer who is masked is literally aiming a lethal weapon, an M4, directly at a Los Angeles citizen.
So I couldn't tell if that agitator did. I mean, you certainly law enforcement does. That's been kind of the name of the game for them, and that's something that they say they need to do to protect themselves and their identities. A lot of the protesters did, and I don't, John, if we can see that guy.
Oh, this is Santa Ana. Yeah, this is in Santa Ana. This is not downtown. Well, regardless, it's fucking insane. Like, what are the things that take precedent over human beings' lives at this point? Police feelings, police getting hit with like half-empty water bottles, like police getting hit with any water at all, police being spooked by loud noises.